One is I love how as soon as you started getting into like the intricacies of the game, how instantly Goodman checked out of that interview. I mean, just unbelievable. Just gone. See you later. and then
And Goodman didn't have like the Uncrustables in the background, right?
That's
the other
right.
night we saw like Goodman's grocery
the
shopping behind him, and he doesn't like peanut butter. Who doesn't like peanut butter, by the way? Goodman. But like, there was
that's insane.
His groceries were not behind him.
Really is.
That was the other thing I took away from that.
Yeah, exactly. And then KY. I think even Richie was like, oh yeah, KY. I didn't realize you were on the initial basis with BYU coach Kevin Young. But no, look, obviously this team, you look at what they've done since the middle of February, it's as impressive as what anybody else has done. I mean, you look at it at West Virginia, beat up on Kansas State. I mean, just blew the doors off Kansas, maybe broke Kansas, winning controversially, albeit at Arizona, beating Arizona State there, West Virginia again, and then obviously we saw, the double overtime against Iowa State, robbed Oster. So I guess I would just ask you, how real is this BYU team when it comes to second weekend and beyond?
So they've won 11 of their last 13, right? In that stretch since January 15th. They are the 7th best team in America right now, according to Torvik. I do think that they're real. I think what happened was, I mentioned it in that interview a little bit, but from what you guys heard, I think getting adjusted to the coaching staff and having the coaching staff kind of figure out what needs to happen to be able to have success at the college level was a part of it. But I also think a huge thing was moving Mawot Mag into the starting lineup. And their issue was that they have a bunch of guys that can score, that are tough, but aren't really big and physical. Well, Mawot Mag is as big and as physical as anybody that you're going to find at the college level, and he shuts the water off. He's not going to get you all these steals and these blocks, and he maybe doesn't have the greatest metrics and numbers defensively, but he is a guy where if you put him on somebody, that dude is not scoring anymore. And I think moving him into the starting lineup, changing what the level of physicality and toughness was for that team and that program is having a very real impact. Matt, I'm in on them, man. I'm in on them. I don't know if they are good enough to be able to get to a second weekend because of what we look at in terms of, how 7-8 line kind of a situation. But I would not want to see if you're a 2 seed. If you are Michigan State and you draw BYU in the second round and they got a lottery pick and you got all these I don't want that. I don't want that if I'm Tom Izzo.
No, I'm with you. Like in terms of their efficiency on the offensive end of the floor too. I mean, they're 4th in the country in offensive efficiency. Like like that's like, why would you want to face this team? Like, why would you want to points per possession, 1.147. Like that is, man, that is dangerous. So I'm with you, Rob. I mean, and too in the Big 12 and what they're doing against the competition, I mean, they're legit. They're for real. You do not want to see that. It'll be interesting to see where the committee seeds them. But this is, I keep saying it about other teams we've talked about tonight. I mean, this is a second weekend NCAA tournament team. 100%.
I'll tell you this, Matt. Hilton Magic is called Hilton Magic for a reason. BYU went in there, took a 21-point lead, watched Iowa State come all the way back, took a 6-point lead in overtime, blew that lead, and then beat them in double overtime. They gave that game away twice in a building that is known for these ridiculous comebacks and unbelievable wins, and still found a way to win. That to me, that says something. I don't know exactly what it is, John, but it says –
It says something.
It does. Now, look, I agree. I agree 100% with what Matt McCall is saying, but I think it's time to start making a running list of teams that people do want to see in the tournament, because all we've done is say who teams don't want to see. All right. So I mean, nobody wants to see anybody. I mean, we're getting to a point where people don't want to see St. Joe's. They don't want to see Dayton. They don't want to see VCU. They don't want to see.
Yes.
Who wants to be seen then, other than the 16 seed?